New at 4, IndyCar is teaming up with Monumental Sports and Entertainment for a first-of-its-kind event. The Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. will be the first ever professional motor race on the National Mall, running August 21st through the 23rd. And as part of America's 250th birthday celebration, the course will transform D.C. streets into a temporary circuit. And joining us now to talk all about this is one of the drivers getting ready for this historic moment, Indy 500 champ Alex Rossi. Alex, thanks so much for joining us.
No, thank you. What an amazing thing it is to be here today in Washington, D.C. and to talk about what's going to be such a historic event and one we're very excited about.
Yeah, so let me ask you that. I mean, what does it feel like to be a part of this history?
Oh, it's incredible. I think when you look at IndyCar and the Indianapolis 500 in particular, there's so much history that exists in that event. This year is going to be the 110th running. It's so steep in American tradition, being on Memorial Day weekend. So this is a perfect kind of segue to that event, which is the largest single day sporting event in the world, right? To have a race in Washington, D.C. on America's 250th birthday. It doesn't get much more American and patriotic than that.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around this. How do you prepare for an event like this? Talk about some of the challenges that the teams and drivers might face driving on this new street course, especially it being downtown. I mean, there's a big difference between downtown D.C. to Long Beach and St. Petersburg.
No, you're absolutely right. But as you already mentioned, Long Beach, St. Pete, those are also street courses, right? So IndyCar is very familiar with doing these temporary street circuits. Now, being on the National Mall, being around the Capitol building is going to be a little bit more of a challenge logistically. But from a temporary street course standpoint, it's something we're very used to. It's going to be an incredible event, obviously, with Monumental Sports and Entertainment coming on board to help promote it. I think the challenge is really just going to be staying focused and not being in awe of where you are, right? The location of where you're going to be is going to be very different than anything else. But in terms of setting up the actual race itself, yes, logistically it'll be a challenge, but to build a race on a temporary street, if you will, won't be too hard.
So I promised my friend who's a big fan that I'd ask this question. What do you anticipate the top speed to be on the longest straightaway?
It's a good question. Indy cars can go up to 240 miles an hour. I don't think that'll be happening for this event, but I would not be surprised if we see 190, 195 miles an hour, which should be the fastest any car has driven around here. So,
yeah, I mean, that is a sight to see and experience. What would you tell someone who's never, seen an IndyCar race in person? What can they expect?
well, I think that you start out with it's an open wheel, single seater cockpit, very similar to what you is the fastest racing in the world. It's the most competitive form of motorsports in the world. And so what you see is you see cars going very fast, but you also see competitive fields, competitive grids. So first to 15th place is separated by 2 or 3 tenths of a second. So it requires a lot of precision execution and something that is going to be quite a spectacle for everyone that comes out and checks it out.
All right, Alex Rossi, thank you so much. We look forward to checking you out when you're here in D.C. We should mention that this event is free. It's open to the public, and you don't want to miss it. Happening downtown. Thank you, Alex.